All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. That's the Hebrew name, who we call Jesus or God in the English tongue. Today we're going to go to Isaiah, chapter 41. And it says, "Keep silence before me, O islands," which means nations, "and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him rule over kings? He gave them as the dust to his sword, as a driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who had wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning," talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. "I, the Lord, the first and with the last, I am he. The eyes saw it and feared, and the ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped every one his neighbor, and every one said to his brother, Be of good courage. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smoothed it with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, It is ready for soldering. And he fastened it with nails, that it should move not, that it should not be moved." Sorry, and that's talking about actually it's talking about like the goldsmith, the one who talking about them who put that image on that gold and silver. Uh, but thou, Israel, art my servant Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, and I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. So the Most High always been there with the seed of Jacob, which Jacob had 12 sons, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. Uh, and it say, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So, uh, the Most High always gave us His word to strengthen us during our time of calamity, our time of trouble. The Most High have always been there with the seed of Jacob um, to give us His word. So let's go to let's see where we at. Let's go to let's see. We'll go to 41 and 13. And it says, For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So that's the Most High, Yahweh Shai. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt not thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. Talking about Yahushua. So Yahushua he, like I said, he never forsaken his people. He never turned his back on his people. But what we did do, we turned our back on him by serving other gods, by idol worshiping other gods, uh, by wearing these chains with this image on it, uh, and things like that. But the Most High said in the last days that He would gather His sheep by His word, and this is what's you see that's going on. That's why there's so much chaos going on in the world, you know. So let's go to let me see, what was it? Let's go to Jeremiah 51:2. So, like I said, the Most High is gathering His people in the last day by His word, uh, before He bring judgment to the nations and to the earth. And one way He's going to bring that judgment is by destroying Babylon, which is Babylon the Great, uh, which is so-called America according to the scriptures. Um, so He's trying to gather His people and bring us to repentance, so that we will be covered by uh, and shielded by Him and His angels, and we're taken up from this whatever uh, destruction He's going to bring, which we know that's going to actually be nuclear destruction, because the world is prophesied to go out by fire. So it says, thus said the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, and a destroying wind. You see that? So He said He's going to bring a destroying wind, and that's talking about that the nuclear fire from the bombs. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, you see, and shall empty her land. You see that? So when these bombs hit, it's going to be nothing left. It's going to destroy everything in its path. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. So the archer is someone who shoots an arrow, right? But in these times, it's talking about the silos where the warheads are at from the missiles. It say, and against him that it say again, he that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadon, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus said the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God. See, that's what I was just telling y'all. The Most High never turned His back on His people. He was just upset with us for a time, uh, and He was coming back to get us in a certain time. It say, for Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah, which is talking about the blacks, of his God, of the Lord of hosts, through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. So in our land was full of sin by idol worshiping. You see, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. See that? So the Most High is finna get ready to bring some serious judgment um, to Babylon. So this is why the man of the Lord is bringing the word out so that we can get our lives together and our families, in order so that we can be delivered. It say, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So he's coming back to bring a payback, the big payback, as James Brown used to say. Oh man. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that had all the earth drunken. See, and how Babylon had the earth drunken was by putting up those images, deceiving the world, playing as the Most High, uh, you know, with that false doctrine. Uh, the nations have drunken of her wine, so the nations believe that what uh, Babylon doctrine was bringing to their land, they was believing that. So it said the nations have drunken of her wine, talking about the doctrines, you know, through Christianity and all of that stuff. Therefore, the nations are mad. Now the nations are getting mad. You see that? So this book is so real, y'all. That's why we got to pay attention and read this book and get the understanding. And this is why so much chaos is going on. You know, it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. So the Most High, this place, it's not going to be here when the Most High destroyed. It's going to be nothing here. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reach unto heaven. All of that crime that this place have done to people and the so-called blacks, Native American, and Latinos, and all other nations. So the Lord is bringing big payback for all that punishment, that this place have did to the Most High people. The Lord had brought forth a righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. See, so this is what's happening. The Most High is about to do some work, and He wants us to rejoice. You know. So let me just go and finish reading down. It says, "Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for His device is against Babylon." You see that? That's talking about them big bows, them big bombs. That's why they're talking about nuclear destruction. These nations are upset with Babylon. It is because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of His temple. You see that? So that's why the Most High called the children of Israel the apple of His eye. You see, because when you mess with the Most High people, yeah, you may not get away with it, or you may not think that the Lord is dealing with you and everything is okay, but no, the Most High is gonna give you a recompense. It say, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make that the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. So even back in those times, the Most High chose choose his kingdoms, or who he want to, what kingdoms or nations he want to raise up and bring down. So with that, uh, thank y'all for watching, listening. Thank y'all for the likes, the shares, the videos, uh, the new subscribers. I just thank y'all for just listening. So I'll be back with the next one. Remember to hit the notification bell too. Hit that all button. And I'll be back with the next one. Peace.